Hello everyone, my name is Kim Yu Chan. Today I want to tell you about Goryeo dynasty's primacy and medicines. Since Goryeo's primacy was the inheritance of Seoul's primacy in the early days, it began with Tang's influence and was based on Song and Yuan's culture. However, it developed its own Goryeo primacy without much influence at later days. During the Goryeo dynasty, there was a medical book used in emergencies called Hanya Gugukbang, and other books related to medical materials were compiled and published, but now they are almost lost and it is difficult to review in detail. It's difficult to review all books, but you can guess the spices of the Goryeo dynasty's medicines from the remaining books, such as Hanya Gugukbang. The Hanagubukbang is represented by a masterpiece of medicines, as mentioned over and over again, and you can guess one of the medicines of the Goryeo dynasty from this book. Before we run about pharmacology books, we will briefly look at the characteristics of pharmacology during the Goryeo dynasty. The characteristic of Goryeo area primacy and medicine is that it is used to treat disease, but it is recommended to use fewer than 3 kinds of herbal medicines even in the case of complications. This is based on the following criteria in the clinical application of the therapeutic effect on the drug. In addition, it is known that the primacy manufactured these drugs and powder drugs, and technology was about 100 years ahead of Chinese technology. In addition, it's said that the production of the medicinal material called sangor, which started in Goryeo, was handed down to China and is included in the book Shinsu Boncho. As such, it can be said that the technology for producing medicinal herbs in the Goryeo dynasty was very excellent. Then, we will learn in detail about the famous book on medicine from the Goryeo dynasty, which is called Hanyak Gugukbang. It's so that the Hanyak Gugukbang was first published in the Daejeon book, which made the Tripitaka Koreana of Ganghwado Island around 1236. In this book, it is said that the word Hanyak means a medicinal product produced in the local area of Korea. In other words, it can be said that the Harvard Medicine Emergency Room is the book containing medicinal herbs produced in Korea. The reason for publishing the oldest pervasive book handed down to Korea in the second half of the Goryeo dynasty was to cover foreign medicinal materials which had been widely used in the past, with perfumes produced in Korea. From this time on, it can be seen that Korea tried to develop our pharmacology in an independent direction by using Korean medicinal herbs and premises instead of foreign imported medicinal materials. This book consists of a total of 3 items, upper, middle, and lower, and each item lists various treatment methods and available medicines from the disease under the name of each disease. As a matter of taking medicine, the time before meals, after meals, and fasting are divided as they are now, and taboos and pharmaceutical methods of taking medicine are written in detail, which is said to have caused the practical use of treatment. In addition, 180 kinds of perfumes were described in detail, including how to collect, take, and make. Representative medicines include drugs we know, such as chrysanthemum, song, lily, bouillon, and green beans, and others we have heard, uh, never heard of before. As many kinds of medical herbs, as mentioned above, up to 180 medicinal herbs were used during the Goryeo dynasty, and it can be said that there were many medicinal herbs produced in Korea. Since this book contains medicinal herbs in the notation of the Goryeo dynasty, it is a valuable book that is not only necessary for studying medicinal herbs, but also for studying the written notation of the Goryeo dynasty. In this way, focusing on one book, we looked at the medicines and medicine of Goryeo in detail. Pharmacology in the Goryeo dynasty was based on the Seoula dynasty, but gradually expanded pharmacology independently, and this pharmacy has continued to this day through the Joseon dynasty. As such, pharmacy is the discipline that continues to develop until now, and even after the end of the COVID-19 era, pharmacy will continue to exist as an important discipline to prepare for now viruses and diseases. Thank you for listening to my speech, and thank you for listening to my UCC.